This could have been said with 10 words, but you said it with 4, and those 4 words hit the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do shit you love.
Guys, super amped. Trinidad James, sneakerhead, fashion head, host, musician. Definitely can't put him in a box. A lot of different titles. Trinidad.
Hey.
Thanks for coming on, my man.
What's up? What's up? My guy, Cole. What's up?
Dad is here.
I have to thank Jeff. What was it? 2-3 years ago, you guys connected over sneaker art.
Yeah.
Came to the crib, and now you're here.
Yes, I mean, I love this new spot. First of all, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
LA looks wonderful as usual. Love you, LA. Staples Center. Love you, Lakers. But no, man, I mean, I'm happy. I love to see the homies pushing, you know?
Thank you, man. It's crazy. Whenever I see you, it's like we just saw each other. Even though it was like 2 years ago, we're like, it's a great vibe every time you come around.
Thank you, man. I think that's the Trinidadian in me, man. We try to keep the vibe going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to
saw you like yesterday.
Hey, what's up? Keep it going.
It's great.
Great energy. He came into our office, was actually our apartment, with a pastel bike, which is going to be coming on set later.
Yes,
Kid
I
at
did.
heart.
Yes, I did.
So, didn't even know. Let's start, I guess, from the beginning. You were born in Trinidad, and then you kind of bounced out a bit. So tell us a little bit about your childhood, where you were born, how you grew up, middle class, upper class. What was it like?
For me, you see, Trinidad is a little bit different than America when it comes to classism. It does exist. Don't get me wrong. Classism is everywhere. But because it's only 1 million people on the island, you know what I'm saying?
Wow,
Not even
did not
that, you know
know
what I'm saying? Probably 2 million. You know, it's
Is your real name Trinidad James, by the way?
No. But that Trinidad is one of those places, honestly, man, where everybody is in a good place when it comes to mentally. And you have to be that way because you got people that grow up in the ghetto who don't have anything, of course, and they got to find their happiness. And then you got people who grow up per se wealthy, but they don't have an identity. And so that also hurts you in a small community where you're raised per se, where people will tell you shouldn't hang with those people because, they'll have less than you. The way that our schools are set up, for the most part, if you're not going to a private school, you're pretty much the rich and the poor going to the same schools to a certain extent.
I like that.
You know, so you have, of course, you have your cliques in school, and that ties back into like a microclassism per se. But the vibe in Trinidad is beautiful, man. Like, you know, our mindset is very like, hey, man, we're just trying to, you know, stay out the way, put numbers on the board. You know, that's like from youth. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
I like that.
For sure. So, like, that is kind of the energy that I left Trinidad with. You know, born there. I've lived a lot of places. I went from probably, I think, Trinidad to Canada, from Canada back to Trinidad, from Trinidad to New York, then from New York to Florida, then from Florida to Atlanta, then Atlanta to South Carolina, then South Carolina back to Atlanta.
Damn.
You know, so that was just my childhood. That was before I even turned 16. You see what I'm saying? So
What'd your parents do for a living, if you want to ask?
well, you see, my pops, he left Trinidad before he kind of just left and came to America. He wanted to, you know, do better. He wanted to do better for himself. And he figured the best way to do that was to, you know, come out here first and make a way for me and my mom to come. And, you know, to a certain extent, that's pretty much what he did. He came out here first, figured it out, and got right, and then brought his family out this way, and then we came, and we had to hustle and figure it out, because if you're an immigrant, it's never easy for you. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. You're already boxed by that title. So for immigrants in America, it's tough. Immigrants anywhere, honestly, but in America, it's just really tough, because America is such a it's a fast-paced place, and if you're not ready to survive, then you gotta always be prepared to die. In America, that's kind of the mindset I've always had since a child. So you have to be ready to make it, because it's somebody that's going to be ready to make it. They're going to be more talented than you. They're going to be faster, quicker, more articulate, better looking, blase, blase, you name it. So whatever you do, you have to try and make it special, because your chances are so low. And that's the immigrant mindset, whether you're Mexican, whether you're Trinidadian, whether you're Armenian, or whatever you are, So that is the kind of mindset I had growing up. Leaving Trinidad, coming to America, where it's like, man, I already feel like a grown up, and then coming to America and just acclimating myself to, how America is really set up, because I grew up in Atlanta. When it came to as far as like going to school, I didn't really start going to school till I got to Atlanta, and that was elementary school.
Elementary school.
Elementary school, so that was like third grade, third grade, and I mean that was interesting, man. Bullying and kids being mean to each other. That's been around for ages, man, for ages, and like you have to grow a mental toughness at the age of 12, 11, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, like. I've seen mental toughness starts there. Mental toughness and mental illness starts that young.
What was the 12-year-old Trinidad James like?
Yeah.
Man, I was just clueless, man. I was clueless. I was coming from Trinidad, which is not America, especially at the time. This is way post Instagram. This is before Instagram. Pre-Instagram, pre-internet, almost. You know what I'm saying? Damn near like. It's just a different time, bro. So I was figuring it out.
How old are you?
Now?
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, which is a beautiful age to be, because I feel like I'm the medium for everything on earth. Everybody that's the age of 30 to 35, you should have enough understanding to rule the world, because you should understand the perspective.
I love it. That was
You should.
good
No, you really
right
should,
there.
because you should have the perspective of Trump and Lil Uzi. You should understand the perspective, because you grew up on Trump. You seen what kind of man he was before he ever was a president. You got to see what type of...
He was a cultural icon.
You got to see, he was part of everything that we grew up looking up to, whether it was like boxing, TV, just hotel, architect, whatever you're into. Like, he was that guy. So you have that concept in your mind if you're in your 30s. And then you also was that cool kid. You were just that cool kid. You were just the coolest motherfucker on earth. You were literally just, in your mind, in your demographic, with your clique, in your class of people, you were just that. So things changed where new kids came, and they're even cooler. And then it's another set behind them in their teens that's even cooler. And they're making the money that you work so hard to make in your 30s at 18. Yeah. So the lifestyle is like you got an 18-year-old with $1 million lifestyle, just like a 35-year-old with $1 million lifestyle or whatever. And that is kind of scary. Because, well, shit, when you were 17, 18...
Times are different.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would be doing crazy shit, too, if you just had money at the wazoo.
It's so wild you say that, because I'm in the 30 to 35 range right now, and I always say it's dangerous because I can go out to the club with 22-year-olds, but then I could be in a board meeting with 45-year-olds. So Facts. I still play in both of those fields, and I dress,
double dutch.
And exactly. And I dress down for my age. So that's interesting you said that. You're the first person I ever heard say that. 30 to 35. I would say 28 to 37, you could play in that range, but 30,
you could. I would.
Yeah.
You see, 28 and 29, you still have this mental back and forth of like, am I fully the guy that I'm supposed to be?
Yeah.
You're not, or a woman, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like you're still figuring that. Like it's there and it's pretty much locked in, but it's not locked. 30 makes it feel locked. 20 something make you feel
I
like
think when
it's
you're
still
30,
happening.
you kind of like accept it. And you're
Yeah,
like, okay,
it's still
no,
happening.
yeah.
20 is the word that makes you feel like it's still happening.
True.
30 feels
Jeff's a
what?
couple of years early. He's 30. I feel like 28.
Well, I'm 30. Yeah, I probably figured it out a year
I probably
early,
figured
but
it out
that's
like
exactly
a
right.
couple of years ago, 30, 31.
But you see, 30 is like having a certificate on the wall if you're a therapist or whatever. Like you could be a therapist, but it's not certified until you have the paper on the wall to people or whatever. When you turn 30, to other people, like, oh, no, he's a grown up.
Yeah.
Even if you're not, even if you are or you're not, in their mind, when you're 30, the 30 is the certificate on the wall or whatever. In your mind, it's like, shit, I was this same guy, 28 or whatever. But to other people, the people who don't really know you and people that you meet every day, whether it's this podcast or whatever it is, they'll ask you, well, how old you are? And then they'll assume 30 goes with this particular character or whatever. So 30 in the person's mind, oh, that's a grown up. You know what I'm saying? So.
And they're gonna box you on whatever that identity
They'll try.
is because you should be what you are for life at that point. So when I think of you, I think about fashion, sneakers, basketball, obviously music. So when you were in high school, when did this all start? Did you play basketball? Were you into sneakers? Did you dress how you dress right now?
Well, as far as fashion goes, I was still figuring it out. That was the truth. I mean, I didn't have the money. You know, I didn't have the money. Yeah, I didn't have the money to be the guy that per se I thought I would want to be as far as being fly. And being fly mattered, but not as much as per se it matters to kids now. You know, it's like because people understood the fact like, hey, if you don't got the money, your family don't got the money, then it's all good. You know, put on a white tee, put on some 501 Levi's, some white Air Force Ones, and come to school. And it's cool. You know, be cool. Don't talk shit because then we'll roast you because we'll know that you've been wearing the same white tee, same jeans, same shoes for 6 months straight, where you got other students that done came through it. Every Jordan that dropped this year, you know what I'm saying? New tops, new jackets, new this, new that, or whatever. You just holding down your green bubble jacket with the orange inside or whatever that everybody had growing up. And well, in Atlanta, everybody had growing up. So, you know, the basketball started seriously, I think, maybe middle school. You know, probably like middle school, like late middle school, going into high school.
So was that your identity because you couldn't afford the other things?
I think it was just like you probably just focus your attention over there. You know, I think it's just a part of, according to what neighborhoods you grow up, is the type of things you're gonna do. So if you grow up in neighborhoods that skate, you're gonna probably skate or know about it or listen to punk bands. You know what I'm saying? Because these type of things come with the demographic. Yeah. You know, so for me, growing up in Atlanta, which is predominantly urban, especially where I grew up, you know, like south, not even the south side. We moved to the south side, but like Jonesboro and all those type of parts of Atlanta, inner city of Atlanta, Georgia, the outer parts of Atlanta, Georgia, those places where, you know, basketball was the shit, football was the shit, old school cars with big rims was the shit, dirt bikes, four-wheelers was the shit.
Who did you look up to though? Because like when I look at you, I'm like, I wonder if he got his style influence from like Andre 3000.
I love Andre. Andre is definitely one of those people. Like if I had to do my Mount Rushmore, he'll be on my Mount Rushmore. So yes, Andre, James Brown, Prince. What's my boy's name? Not Pretty Ricky. Little Richard. Yeah. Who else? It's eccentric. Elton John. You know, David Bowie. But growing up for real, like growing up before those guys before I really knew who they were, more of kind of like guys like Ludacris.
That's a regal list you had right there. That's a
yeah. I mean, because
mature beyond your
I'm
age.
thinking now. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, growing up though, the people that was more of like Ludacris because he was so entertaining and he could rap so well. He actually came to my middle school. Yeah, he came to my middle school when I was in 7th grade. He was a DJ. He used to be a DJ called Chris Lover Lover. And he was a DJ in Atlanta. He was a radio DJ before he was a rapper. He was rapping, but before he blew up and became like Ludacris, he was Chris Lover Lover, and he came down to our middle school and took pictures with some of the kids. I didn't get a picture with him, but I remember what he had on. He had like a lime green FUBU jacket. It was dope.
Yeah, because I think you were like the stepping stone. And when like in terms of fashion, and especially Atlanta, from like Andre, and then I think you were like the stepping stone to like Young Thug and the way he dresses and stuff, and like the acceptance of really going outside the box in terms of fashion and hip hop.
I feel like Young Thug and Migos and all of them, there was like they didn't come till like 3-4 years after. I want to get there. I want to go in chronological order though. Did you go to college?
No, didn't. So I did high school, South Carolina, Atlanta, South Carolina, Atlanta, back and forth. And then when I graduated from high school, I already had a pretty good job while in high school. So it didn't make sense for me to waste my parents' or waste my mother's money because my parents had split the top of high school.
What was your job?
My job, I worked that job, which was a good one. I was a manager in a relocation service, the warehouse. I was a warehouse manager, and I mean, before I became a warehouse manager, I also did move people out their houses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're a renaissance man, dude.
Man, I've done it all, man. I've done real jobs. You know what I'm saying? Real jobs. You know, my first job was a real job. Like, I had to get up 5 o'clock in the morning and like go do landscaping and stuff, man, with grown ass men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember my first paycheck. It was $550.50. You know, I cashed that myself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I really put my time in here in America. And like I said, immigrant mentality is different. You know, it's like, you got to work, bro. You know, it's like, I missed out on that fun kid shit. I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, basketball was fun. Like, that was fun or whatever. But I wasn't playing it for fun. I was playing it because there was something to do or whatever. Like, as soon as I could, like, work and get bread, like, that's what I did. I was 13 turning 14. You know what I'm saying? And that was what my summer was like. Everybody else was in this league and that and getting new shit or whatever shit. I was working and getting new shit. So I came back to school with new shit that I bought myself. And then from there on, it went from the landscaping company to working in the mall to working in the back room at Macy's to working at Waffle House, which is like IHOP in Atlanta, which was like I did a chef. I was a waiter. Then I ran a men's boutique and I was a stylist or whatever. And like, that's what I did like right before coming in to music.
You've seen a lot of stuff.
So, you know, I've done, you know, the real jobs, you know, not the bullshit. Like, I've worked in people's stores, you know what I'm saying? But I've also done the hard shit too, you know, real labor work.
I look back on that stuff. I used to, mow lawns, do snow. I sold knives. I worked at Sports Authority. Do you look back on that to this day and remember those times? It's
important, man. All those things matter, man. If I never had those jobs, man, I would not make it in the industry that I'm in now. I'm not here today talking to you without those jobs in my life. Those jobs molded me to be a real human, a real person. A real person is a person that gets the fuck up every day and do what they got to do to take care of themselves and their family. And those jobs solidified that in my mind as a teenager. So I knew that no matter what the fuck I got going on, whether I'm Trinidad James or not, I got to get up and go get it. So the fact that, you know, the universe opened up this way for me to be successful and be in this world, it don't change the original formula of like, you got to get your ass up and get to work, or else you be broke and motherfuckers be laughing at your ass on TMZ.
I have a question for you. So we're about to get into the music stuff, and from an outside looking in, I didn't know you. I was a consumer, and I enjoyed your music.
Thank you.
Was this story out there? Because you were completely misunderstood to me, and I would just listen to the music, listen to the videos, and you're, behind closed doors, you're a completely different human than I ever thought. Were you telling this story at the height of your music career?
Yes, I was telling the story. Definitely telling the story, but you see, you have to understand that the music is bigger than the story until you're ready to understand the story. What you're getting pushed from me and a whole damn company, like a record label, is the music, not the story. The story is if you're a fan and you want to go find out about the story deeper. But what we're selling here is the music. And that's what everybody's selling, the music. The story is never sold as much as the music. And that's something I just had to learn from coming into it head first, not having no past experience, because all the jobs I told you had nothing to do with music or entertainment. Fucking cutting grass ain't no goddamn entertainment.
Yeah.
Lifting people furniture ain't no damn entertainment. We're sweating bullets every day. You know what I'm saying?
I'd love to see a young Trinidad move.
Yeah.
Oh, man, bro, I've worked real jobs, bro. Uniform shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit, man. You know, like, I've done that, man. I've done that. I've been a cook, man, like a cook. Like, you know, you ever been super drunk and went to one of these diners or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and be loud and be cussing out the cook? I was that cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in all those shoes. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is to be treated like an immigrant, like somebody who is nothing. You know, when I worked at the Waffle House, when I was that cook and that waiter, we got paid $3.13 an hour. Ooh. Think about that, bro.
Is that legal?
Back then it was. As a waiter, you can do that because you make your money in tips.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But shit, every night not a great night. What if I don't get no tips? That mean I got to rely on what, $3.13 for 7 hours? What is that? $22 and what? $22.07? What is that? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? I got a family to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I think about that all the time. And that's why I never take being, per se, Trinidad James ever for granted. You know, like, no matter what. Like, whether, you know, that's what these talks are about. So that whoever, 1 million people watch this, we hope 10 million people watch this. You know what I'm saying? But even if it's 10 or whatever, that's a person that gets to hear the story because they made the choice to go deeper. You know, and that's what it's all about.
Our audience is gonna like this. You're wise and you're grounded now, but now we're about to get into the music. So I'm very curious if you went out of control and your head went all over the place. Let's just talk about music. When did you get into music? And let's just go into that whole entire path.
So, okay, boom. I gave you all the job stuff, right? So,
I feel like the music happened fast.
Oh, yeah, definitely did. You know, it's a blessing, but it was a crazy blessing. You know, it's like those shooting stars.
Yeah.
It happens so fast, but it's beautiful, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. You know, you can take advantage. If you were timing it, you caught the picture. If you wasn't, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And my alignment with the stars were right. And that's why it worked the way it did. The thing about that alignment, though, is that no matter how big your blessing is, getting the blessing and understanding the blessing is two different things. So I got the blessing, I received the blessing, I was thankful for the blessing, but I did not understand the blessing. And so I had to, even before we even get there or whatever, it went from, okay, I gave you all the jobs, right? So boom, we do the jobs, and I realized at my last job that working for another man sucks if I have the energy in my soul to be my own entity. And I wanted to own my own shoe store. That was my biggest, you know, when like you're young and he's like, you got
Big
goals.
dream.
Big dream? My big dream was just to own a shoe store. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 years ago, what? 15? I don't know, a long time ago. And, you know, that's all I could see. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy, you know, like that's why I could never, ever turn my back on entertainment. It's not even about music, bro, honestly. Like it's about entertainment. Like entertainment is what I love. Music is just one of those things that come with the entertainment for me. You know, it's like bro, like I'm the most loyal to entertainment because it gave me the best thing that anybody could ever give you is a better perspective, a bigger one, or whatever. My fucking whole dream was to own a shoe store. Now everybody owns shoe stores. Fucking 20-year-olds own shoe store. That ain't nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had dreams of having a shoe store when I was 19. You know what I'm saying? Like 19 or about to turn 20. Like damn, I'm in here. I got the coolest job in the city or whatever. Boom, I'm killing it or whatever. I'm killing it because I'm passionate about the clothes. I love the clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the shit to me. It's always been the shit to me. Even when I didn't have it to buy it, it was still the shit. I love looking at other people's clothes and be like, damn, one day, like I'm gonna be fresh like that. You know, I'm gonna be having everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come or whatever, but whatever. Till then, I can admire or whatever. And when music was introduced to me, or I decided to take up music, it came from my friends. They were already doing it. You know, they've been doing it.
What were they doing? Were they producing?
They were rapping. They were rapping and rapping and singing. But you know how it is. Everybody's rapping, everybody's singing, but you know nobody's trying to be the engineer. You know nobody's trying to build a studio. You know we're trying to just like get a computer, get a mic, let's record in a closet, and we got music. And for me, I've always tried to be a logical man. I've always tried to be, even when I was young, like to see both sides per se. Like if this don't make sense, I'm probably not gonna give my energy to it.
Yeah, it seems like you almost reverse engineered the whole entire process, did everything but rapping, and then when you get all those ducks in order, that's when it started.
And the beautiful thing about it in my case was that I wasn't doing it in reverse so that I could do music.
Yeah.
I just did music because I was like, okay, this working for somebody else, this ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna end up being here working for another man for the rest of my life and never get that story that I want. Never get my dream out. I'm getting this man's dream out. He's super happy, having kids, all this great shit. I'm over here just making enough money to take care of my mother and buy more shoes. What is that? That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be 30 saying, oh, all I do is take care of my mom and buy shoes. Nah, bro. Nah. I mean, and no offense to anybody that is 30 and that's all you do.
Where did this ambition come from?
Man, I think just from not having nothing when I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't have it and like, bro, I worked hard jobs. Like my jobs were labor jobs, union jobs, like jobs that people would do in the union type jobs. They were hard jobs. You know what I mean? To lift people's whole sofas and shit. That shit down steps. That shit's heavy, dog.
Yeah.
That shit's heavy. You had to pack the truck a certain type of way or whatever so you can get all the stuff because if you got to come a second day, that's going to come out your pay. Oh, like weird shit. Like, think about it. Everything that you guys do in the art world and every perspective that you guys get your money in now, think about how much weird shit comes with that. And you guys have leveled up past the mediocre bullshit or whatever. But you still got to deal with petty bullshit from this motherfucker and she said this and whatever, right? Now imagine that same bullshit still happens in the regular day man job.
In the Waffle House.
In the Waffle House. Add the goddamn relocation service. Add the landscaping service. That same petty bullshit. It's the same petty bullshit, bro. And think about we working for pennies. Ain't this same petty shit happening? You get what I'm saying? So all those type of things drove me to have some type of ambition. Some type of like, I ain't gonna just lay down and be nothing or whatever. You know, wanting to be fresh helped with my ambition. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to be able to have clothes. I didn't want to be a thief. I don't like thieves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against criminals, but I don't like thieves. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a criminal for the right reason, hey, do what you got to do. Reverse it when you think the time is right, but do what you got to do to take care of your family. I'm not going to stop anybody.
That's an amazing sound clip. I love that one.
Do what you got to do.
But thieves, I just don't respect thieves. It's just not my thing. Like, you know, like, and it's so crazy because I love to see jewelry heist type movies and like big heists because that's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? But I still technically don't like thieves or whatever. So it's like, even that is like.
You fuck with Robin Hood?
I fuck with his concept, but I didn't like, you know, I fuck with his, you know, his message, but he a thief. But so with that being said, I didn't want to steal clothes. So that means I had to buy clothes. And in order to buy clothes, I had to get money. So I had to have ambition to stay fresh. I had to, you know, use whatever it is, you know, and, you know, thinking about it back then, even when I talked to my pops or whatever, you know, that was clothes is one of the main reasons, clothes and drip and shoes and all that type of stuff, the shit that I get paid for now. You know, those were the things that made me and him, like, not be cool. Like, my whole teenage life, damn near. Because, like, he just didn't get it. And that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get what he was. Like, he was like a union type of guy. Like, but he's always owned his own his own business my whole life. I've never seen my pops work for somebody. Ever. Not once. Not even like, oh, I'm kind of taking a job with this dude up. No. I've always seen him giving somebody a job. Always. And you got to think about it. My pops was an immigrant too. So you got to think about that type of like just pride and like ambition. Like you asked about where does this ambition come from? I've never seen my pops. My pops is like 70 something, dog. I've never seen my pops working for another man, woman, nobody in America. And he wasn't born here. So with that being said, I put in my time of working for people. Now, I don't do that no more. I just couldn't do it, bro.
He must be proud of you right now, though.
Oh, man, we're super cool now because now he gets it. You see, the problem is communication.
It'd be tough to get your path.
Yeah, I mean,
you have an interesting one.
It's interesting, man. It's very interesting, but I think that's why when it initially worked, it worked because it was supposed to. You know, like I said, it's just a line. Like everybody has moments and they miss the train because they don't think the moment was deserved to them or whatever. And I didn't think that. I never thought that. I may not have, like I said, I may not I maybe didn't understand the blessing like I told you, and I received it. I was thankful for it or whatever, but I didn't regret it. I didn't think I wasn't supposed to have it. I just didn't understand what comes with it because how would I know? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know. If I never walked in that door, I wouldn't know what's inside that room. You know?
So I want to know about the time from when you first started rapping to the song. We know what that one song was that just blew you the fuck out of oblivion. So let's talk about that. What was that like? What was the timetable? And then how did you get to that song?
It's not long. And but it's beautiful to talk about it now, because talking about this at first, I didn't even understand how to talk about it, so it always felt like non-confident when I was talking about it. So that's why people was like, man, this motherfucker just taking advantage of us. He ain't even serious about this shit. No, I definitely was serious. It was just shit. I was understanding the blessing. You know, some people, you see, blessings that you receive, it's your blessing. So everybody else is giving an opinion of your blessing. But a lot of the people that's talking about your blessing, they never been blessed like that. So they don't understand the blessing either. So they're just, it's almost like I could tell you how to raise your kids. Motherfucker, I don't got no kids. But I could tell you all day, oh, she shouldn't be doing this and he shouldn't be doing that.
It's almost like your storyline is interpreted by them, which now you're accepting as.
It's like now their storyline that they're making
for you,
for me, out of my blessing, like, is the story.
Like, okay, I guess. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, why would I argue with you? That because that's retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a logical man. I've never lost my logistics for people or media. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be like, let me step away. Let me see the vibe a little bit better before I actually, you know what I'm saying, go along with this. And that's what I did.
I'm very interested in hearing, I want you to keep going, in hearing the advice you got from outside people during that time. Because like I said, you're talking about not being able to take outside opinion. You know, I don't have kids either. I can't give advice to someone with kids. Right. I think that your ascension was so fucking explosive that there's not many people that could actually understand how you went literally 0 to 100. So on the way up, I want you to tell me about what the outside people were telling you during that time.
So I'll answer both questions in one, because you asked me from rapping to the song. Yeah. So I could answer it all in one. I'm gonna tell you this: I don't have no role models. I would have I would put Andre on my thing. I don't have no role models. I never had, because like I tell you, my pops didn't know how to believe in me, so I didn't have him as a person to be like, oh hey man, pushing me in the corner. My mom didn't understand it or whatever, but she always be like, hey man, do your thing. She's the first person to ever give me some money to even start buying clothes to sell back. I was reselling clothes when I was a teenager. The things that people do now to take care of their kids, I was doing that when I was a teenager, out of the trunk. Like way back, way back before any of this shit that like people do now to take care of their whole life. So, you know, for me, it's kind of like, you know, it's almost like I feel like I've been living in the future forever, because I've never been scared to go out and do it, because I've always had to go out and do it. I've never had that person to be like, bro, you should do this and you should do this. I've just always been the dude to show up. I'm like, oh, what's up? Who you do? Who are you? Where you from? All right, cool. No. Damn, where you get the outfit from? Where you get them shoes from? All right, then that dude, cool. And then we just roll like that. Yeah. But nobody don't tell me what to do. Nobody never told me like, oh, you should do something like this. Yeah. Because you can't.
I mean, it's an untraditional timeline. It seems like you were just doing stuff that came natural.
And so I was helping the dudes out, my boys. I was helping my boys out who rap. Helping them out, getting them studio time. Because remember I told you they were recording shit that wasn't good. It was a waste of time. Like, what are y'all doing? This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So let me help y'all out. Oh, whatever. You know, I know people. Let me help you out. So I reached out to a guy, and he was like, cool, boom, I got you. He recorded them. And basically how the rapping started was waiting on them. They were late for a session that I booked for them. I was there waiting on them. I beat them there. He was there, the guy, the engineer and everything. And shit, I just started listening to the beat and started writing to the beat myself. And then I was like, shit, record me. I'm the one paying for the shit. Oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Great. So he recorded me. And I might have called that song Tom Brady, because I had like a Tom Brady bar in there or something. It was a bad bar, but hey, it was like my hardest bar at the time, because it's my first, like, me about to record a song, writing it down. Me and one of my buddies, we used to like rap when we were teenagers, like in like church and stuff like that. Like we grew up Jehovah's Witness or whatever. So like we used to like, you know, write raps during the meetings and stuff and during congregation, you know, battling each other or whatever. He was fired. He was super fired. You know what I'm saying? Super
what was the Tom Brady line?
The Tom, man, I wish it was something about his number. Like, you know,
it's funny how that's still relevant. It's still relevant.
Yeah, it was something about either his rings at the time, because I think he had like 3.
Oh, really?
Or whatever, or something.
Yeah, this is like 2009, 2010. It's not that long ago.
No, this is like 2000. This would be 2010, 11. Yeah, 2010, 11.
Oh, damn.
This happened recently.
Yeah, this is like 2010, 11.
Explosive.
Yeah,
Trinidad
explosive. You know, like 2011 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there, like something like that. And boom, by the time they got to the studio, I had done finished the song. And then they heard the song. I was like, oh, damn, this is tight, my friends, right? And so, all right, cool.
This is with no formal background, just fucking around.
Just like me, I'm finna rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it's about. I've seen them do it, bad and good. You know what I'm saying? Forever. I know what this is about. You know, and I used to write the raps with my boy, who is like the best rapper out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've had times where I've like sent over that paper, that note, like, and he's like, oh, this is fire. So, like, I knew I had bars or whatever, like, if I actually focused in on it. Like, if I had kept a particular piece of paper that I wrote my best bars on when I was like 16, then I probably would have started rapping way earlier, because the bars were so good, and he had gave me that, like, bro, this is tight. Like, he did that one time, and I saved it. I saved those bars, but I ended up, my mom threw away the paper or whatever, and I could never remember none of it, and I just gave up on it. Like, we never even did it no more, like rapping and stuff like that, so I left it alone, and this wasn't all the way till I'm helping them in my 20s now or whatever with music, so I end up doing the Tom Brady song, and then, okay, boom, I do that song, whatever. And then I end up coming back to their house where they all used to record at. They end up getting some better equipment because they like the vibe of their place or whatever. So they seen what my boy did, and they was like, okay, we'll take that idea and I'll take it back to the house. Which I was like, that's fine. Y'all just got to record on better shit, because y'all shooting yourself in the foot recording on stupid shit. You know, I was like, listen to all the music that we love. We listened to Future. We listened to Titty Boy. He was Titty Boy at the time. Yeah. He wasn't 2 Chainz yet. You know what I'm saying? We listening to... Who else? It felt like just those two at the time, Gucci or whatever here and there.
Yo Gotti might have been.
Yeah, Yo Gotti had 5-star chick or whatever. You know, he wasn't like just household, like listening to everything. Well, not for us.
This was before Future was anything, right?
Well, he was the shit to us.
In Atlanta.
Before he was anything to all y'all. Yeah, for sure. He was a man in the streets. Atlanta. Yeah, he was a man in the city. He was a man or whatever. Just off of music, because like we're music lovers or whatever. Like we're talking. I'm talking music here. Like he was musically, you could just tell like. This is special. This is something. Like, I'm addicted. You know what I'm saying? And I loved Titty Boy. Like, I was like, this is the cleverest rapping Atlanta ratchet caviar that you could ever put on your dish.
I like that ratchet caviar. That's a good one.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, all that led to now they have the new equipment, which is still shitty equipment, but better than the last equipment.
Equipment sucked.
All right, and long story short, they were working on a song, and they were working on it so long that I ended up just start writing a verse again, and I recorded my verse, and everybody loved my verse so much that they took a line from that song and made a whole new song, making that line from the song the hook, or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, and then so I had to do a verse for that song. So now I got 3 songs, and so that song that they took the line from. We ended up performing that song in a contest, a talent show in Atlanta. And we won the talent show with that song. 5 guys on a song. We're not a group. Or whatever. Just 5 guys was rapping. Like, he was this rapper. He got a verse. Him, me. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working at Waffle House and the clothing store. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. I love this. You know, so this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm not getting my paper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to make it rapping, doing music, or like figuring it out. You know, like the homies, like most, it's scary to say, I don't know if it's still the same now, but most 19, 20-year-old young men or whatever trying to figure it out. I feel like women just go get a job. They're going to go get a job. And they're going to get a job and figure it out while they get a job. Go to school. But, you know what I'm saying? Men, they'll stay and.
Takes longer.
You know, we'll sit. We'll sit on the couch. We'll sit on the homie's couch. We'll skate, hoop. Every day.
We'll prolong it.
Yeah, we'll prolong it. Not work a job or whatever while we figure it out. And that works for some people. Some people it never work for. And, you know, some people they figure it out. But with the homies, that's what it was. That's what was going on. You know, some of them had jobs. A lot of them didn't. But all in all, we were all trying to figure it out. But I still had my jobs. And, you know, I was going about life. I had to shoe place dream of having my own shoe store. I had that. We won that contest. I realized that, oh yeah, this music shit is stupid. Because we won the contest, you only win $400, and like,
Split it 5 ways.
yeah. Like, what the hell? I was like, I got my money to y'all. I'm out. Like, y'all got it. Like, keep that.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
it seems like you're so productive. You had these 2 jobs. You come in the studio, you record before them, you're there before them.
I had to. You got to think about it, bro. It's different, bro. Like, all of them were born here in America. They were American. I would ever, like, unfortunate to say, a lot of times when
They can afford to be lazy a little longer.
when you're born in a place, bro, like, you know, you can take your time. It's like being an adopted child and being a child, like the actual, you know, child. I would ever, it's just like you feel like you got to prove more of a point when you're not from a place. You know, it's just like transferring schools and shit. Like, you can either disappear in the back, but if you're ambitious, then you got to go even harder because now you got to outdo the football captain and you know what I'm saying, and this and that.
That's so cool because now when I'm now thinking about how you came up with the rap career, it was so productive and the execution was perfect. It's like that probably had to do with your whole life.
Exactly. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't do the music without everything that I went through in the real world.
Yeah. This is calculated randomness.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
like I said, the stars aligning and me being ready. You know what I'm saying? Me being ready, me being prepared.
But were you? Let's see. I want to know what happens next.
All right, so now, boom.
You win the contest.
I leave to win the contest.
With your $80.
Boom. They keep the money. They don't get the radio interview. They don't get the recording time that they were promised. Or whatever. I was like, whatever. We keep it moving or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm just helping them. I joined the contest because I got a verse on the song. But at the end of the day, I'm really helping my boys or whatever. And I got them a look. It's a brand actually out here in L.A. Called Joy Rich.
Wow.
And Joy Rich was one of the first brands, first and only, to give them a feature on their blog way back in the day. And I pulled that off because the store that I was running, the men's boutique, we ordered Joy Rich first in Atlanta and sold it in the store. My outfit for All Go Everything is Joy Rich. So I reached out to Joy Rich. I was like, oh, what if I reach out to the companies that are sending me the stuff? I'm like, yo, I got these artists that's wearing y'all stuff or whatever. You guys should feature them on your website or whatever and post their music. So I got my homegirl to shoot a photograph. I let them borrow clothes from the store from Joy Rich. We just got in a new order. I let them borrow clothes or whatever, or I might have purchased it for them using my employee discount or something, whatever. And then I got her to shoot them in the clothes, and then I took those pictures and I sent it to the guy, my sales rep for Joy Rich, like, yo, check these guys out. They're rocking, they're repping the brand here in Atlanta, or whatever, boom, boom, boom. They featured them on their website. This is 10 years ago, whatever, a minute ago. And so in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. That's what, like I said, I'm just helping. That's me. That's my early manager stuff. Like me being a manager without realizing being a manager. Me being like A&R without realizing I'm being an A&R. You know what I'm saying? Me doing all the sticky stuff without realizing that's what I'm doing. So they get booked for a show during the Super Bowl. I forgot which Super Bowl it was. It would probably be the Super Bowl of 2012, maybe 2012, because the Super Bowl would be at the top of the year, right? February. All Super Bowls around February every year, right? So I think it was the Super Bowl, and we were supposed to be performing that same song that we won the talent show with at halftime at they had like a watch party on the south side of Atlanta in one of the community centers, like the MLK building or something like that. They had like everybody in the community come out and watch it on a jumbo, like a projector screen, and we were going to perform at halftime. So I think Super Bowl was on a Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and so I had to close the store up. I was at this time, like, I'm opening and closing the store. So I had to close the store early, get them outfits, style them or whatever, close it up, then make it to the party or football thing, the watch party, to perform, get all the way there, and they don't perform. They can't perform.
Why?
Or whatever, because there's no mics. There's no mics. And the people are like, nah, we don't want y'all to perform no more. So that for me, if it wasn't 2012, then it was 2011 Super Bowl. That for me kind of was like, yo, I'm done with y'all. I'm done. Leave me alone. Y'all wasting my time, because I hate when somebody wastes my time. I've always, even when I ain't had no money like that, I hate when you waste my time, because my time is money. So I hated it. And like I said, I've always been working since I was a teenager for my money. You know what I'm saying? Putting in time to pay the bills, to feed myself, to stay fly or whatever. So like, don't waste my time. And so they wasted my time. And I was done with them or whatever. I was like, yo, we still cool. I'll help you out if I can, but I'm done with this music stuff or whatever. Leave me alone. And so boom.
It's about to get interesting.
So bam, that all went down. I think we stopped talking to each other for a minute or whatever, months.
Did they think you were done?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, if I'm done, I'm done. Like, if I ain't talking to you, I ain't
No,
talking to
they
you.
think you were done with music, period.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was. I was. I wasn't like, oh, secretly recording or something like that to myself. No, I just was done. Like, I was like, man, this is stupid. It's stupid. Wasting my time. I whatever. Like, I'm good. I whatever. Like, I'm back hustling. I'm doing this, doing that, or whatever. You know, like, I'm focusing on my grind. And so then, 2012, if I'm not mistaken, come around, and I get locked up the top of the year on some dumb shit. And when I get out, it was quick in and out type shit, but it was just dumb, right? It was really dumb. First time I get locked up too. And when I got out, you know, I just realized like I just had like a mindset type of thing. Like I didn't like it was no clocks in jail. Like there's no clocks on the wall at all. So you never know what time it is. And like I said, time matters a lot to me. It really, really does. Like I always need to know what time it is. Oh, that's just my thing. I have like 4 phones. I would have to know what time it is at all times. And so like that really, really like triggered something in my head. I would ever like, first of all, I don't ever want to come back here. I would ever, and I realized that like, I'm a boss. I'm not supposed to be in here. Somebody else is supposed to be in here and I get you out. People don't get me out because then nobody get me out. I got myself out or whatever. Like, and then I looked at the people who I got locked up with. Like I had to get them out. Or whatever, like, nah, why did I go to jail for? I'm not supposed to be in jail. I'm a boss. So that kind of triggered in my head. And I was like, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? I'm working for this man or whatever. This is not it no more because he's never going to level me up to own my own store. He's trying to get me to open up more stores for him and run those stores.
How long were you in jail for?
A day. That's all I needed. Like that triggered me enough that first time. You know what I'm saying? That triggered me enough to like, I'm not that guy who is like, oh, he always going to jail. And no, I'm a boss, bro. Bosses don't go to jail. Bosses go to jail when they stop being a boss. When they allow too many things to fuck up the formula. That's when bosses go to jail or whatever. And I was like, nah, dog, I am the formula for everybody else and myself. So I'm not supposed to be in here. Then I looked at the guys that was around me in jail and listening to their conversation. I was like, oh, hell no. Nah. This ain't it. Or whatever, like, nah. Like, if I'm supposed to be in some type of, like, locked away shit, it's supposed to be prison. Like, maximum security with smart criminals. Not jail niggas. Like, nah. Like, not jail dudes. Like, nah. Jail dudes is for people who don't want to take life serious. That's the people you keep seeing going to jail. They're not taking life serious. And all right, cool, you can keep making this excuse and that and the cops this and this. Bro, you keep getting locked up. What's up? You fucking up. Stop getting locked up. You're fucking up.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You ain't did more shit than me. Get your shit together. So, boom. Get out, triggered, or whatever. Like, I'm a boss, boom, 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 boom. This ain't right. I was like, what I need to do? What am I going to do? I need to do something. You know what? I'm finna just do everything. I'm finna do everything. I'm just finna open up a whole new Pandora's box. I'm finna go extra crazy with reselling shoes now. Or whatever. I'm finna do this, that, or whatever. I'm finna do music. And I'm gonna talk about all the shit that I'm doing with my music. Or whatever. And then put that out. And start that super small. And just see how that go. Or whatever. Just, test the water. Or whatever. I'm a gambler, man. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some shit I gamble on that I know it wasn't going to work. Just because like it got that 1%, I gamble on a 0.1. Because that 0.1 will bring me 10 million back. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to gamble on 0.1. Everybody else is trying to get a 99 percentile type shit. I'll gamble on 0.1 because I don't give a fuck. That's who I am, right? So, boom. The music was the 0.1. All the other shit, I knew I had that in the bag. Can't nobody sell shoes better than me. All these motherfuckers with shoe shops, they can't sell shoes better than me. Guaranteed, you can't sell clothes better than me. Anything dealing with clothes and shoes, you can't do better than me, especially selling it. Like, you can't. You just can't. I don't give a fuck. You can't. So That was the 99%. The 0.1 was the music, like I said, or whatever. And the 0.1 is the one that hit. Crazy. Out of all the gambles, all the hustles, or whatever, the 0.1 is the one that brought in a real bag and actually gave me, like I said, that's why I'm so always appreciative of entertainment and music just first, because music opened me up to the entertainment world, or whatever, because it gave me the most important thing.
Why do you think that is, though? That very small chance, brought you kind of all these opportunities. Like, what about that almost that percentage of like it's almost not going to happen, almost impossible?
You know what? I wouldn't knew the answer. I wouldn't have known the answer to this yesterday, but I know the answer to this today because I was gambling on the music. In my mind, I was gambling on the music, but in reality, I was gambling on time. The 0.1 was I was gambling on time. And the timing was right for a person like me to come into the game. And that's why it was received. Because I didn't put a gun to a million people's head and say, listen, I'll go everything, I'll shoot you.
Because like maybe a year before, that 0.1 was not even nothing.
Boom. If I went to this A&R and this label to try and sign me and help me do the song, they'd be like, no, this song is way too slow, this BPM. It was the slowest BPM of 2012 and 2013. The slowest BPM. All DJs had to change their shit to play my shit.
Remix fire.
Remix. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted to do my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is me realizing, like, oh, damn. Like I said, when you gamble on that 0.1, you create the formula compared to having to adjust to other people's formula. And that's the biggest disconnect. That's like why you would say in the beginning of this conversation where you was like, man, have you said these things before to people? That's what confuses people or whatever, because it's like nobody gambles on the 0.1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The 0.1, like, I'm the formula.
But it takes like you reflecting right now to be like, wow, it was just the perfect time.
Yeah, I was gambling on time or whatever, not the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just doing the music. But the gamble came with, like, me coming at the right time with that music.
Yeah. You sitting with two gamblers.
I agree.
Don't worry about that. I want to know from a micro level, you write the song, you make the song, what happens? Do you go to the radio? Do you go to your friends? Do you put it on YouTube? Does it go viral? How does that song go from 0 plays to millions? I don't even remember how I
first heard it.
Do you know
the micro version of it is this. It gets written in about a week time. It takes me about a week to do it or whatever, because I was working. I wrote some at work, finished the rest, I think, in the studio, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote like half the verse, because it's one verse. So it's a hook, verse, hook, done. No song like that also. You see what I'm saying? Like, just changing the game. Like that, and that, once again, like, if you show me that this can work, then you can't never tell me it won't work, because, bitch, it worked.
Yeah.
Hook, verse, hook. Slowest BPM of 2012 and 2013. Ain't nobody did it since.
It's crazy. I'm like thinking of the song now. I'm just like, it was so slow.
Nobody's done it since. No, think of all like, the songs you heard. Nothing. Yeah, like, nothing. They did it on Saturday Night Live. Like, it was the biggest thing. It was the thing. It was a thing or whatever. And because it was being introduced, I was introducing a formula that I hadn't even mastered yet.
Yeah. I was actually in Atlanta when this was all happening.
So you
fly kicks.
You got to.
I was touring the U.S.
See what I'm saying?
For this hat company.
You got to feel it a little bit. Being in
it was serious.
And Fly Kicks, like my first label I was with, they owned that. Yeah. They owned that store, Fly Kicks.
There's a whole other conversation we're gonna have about that off camera.
You know what I'm saying? But so with all that being said, so boom, I finished the song in about a week. Let's just say that, yeah. And
how much money's in your bank account that day?
What? $900.
Ooh, love it.
$1,100.
That makes jacks me up.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe 4 digits. Maybe 4 digits.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? No more than 2 bands. Like, no more than that. You know what I'm saying? No more than that or whatever at the time of that or whatever. You know, I'd had, times of having more than that, but at that time, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying?
So why that hook? Why all gold everything?
Oh, I think that was just like probably probably the Trinidadian side of me. Like, I've always loved gold. Like, people from the islands wear gold. That's just a thing. Like, you'll see kids, babies with gold earrings, gold chains at a very, very young age. So that's just my thing or whatever. So maybe it could have come from that. You know, I've always liked gold. Even like, you know, like growing up, just gold period. Like gold has just been my thing coming from the island. So that's really, I would say that subconsciously tied into that.
That song brought to market so many gold things. I mean, you saw gold companies coming up out of nowhere. You're seeing all this stuff.
Of course, gold is a thing. You know, it still is. Like gold is still one of the most, you know, gold never dies. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I always said, like my record label from the beginning was called Gold Gang Records. And you know, not because it was a gang or anything like that, but like just first place mentality. Gold means first. You know what I'm saying? I've always said that, like from the beginning of my career when I got a chance to do interviews. You know, I'm just trying to push the people to have a first place mentality. You know, even if you're not in first place. Because this is me telling you that from being an immigrant or whatever. Like I still have a first place mentality where I want to get there. And, you know, every route to the mountaintop is different. Some people fly to it. Some people climb it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Run it, climb, whatever you do. Take the little train thing up, whatever, you know, and you just got to roll with it. Sometimes you start off on the plane and fall out. And then you got to walk the rest of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like every aspect of, like I told you guys with all the things I worked on before, it just allowed me to be prepared for whatever came with this shit because I knew it wouldn't be normal.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not normal, so it wouldn't be normal.
I'm not normal.
Like, why would it be normal? You know what I'm saying? Like, I come in the game with the slowest BPM. Nobody dresses like me. Nobody looks like me. I have no past. You don't know me or whatever. Like, this shit is just culturally, like, taking over the world by storm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then now I'm here. You know, and it's like, all right, that's that guy who does that song. And you know that for sure. Like, if you don't know nothing else, you know that. You know what I'm saying? If you know the name, then you know the name because of that to a certain extent on a mainstream level per se, right? And so once I realized that mentality won't get out of people's minds unless I washed it out or unless I do more things to get it out of there, then I knew I needed to just focus on working and get back to doing what I do, which I've been doing my whole life, working, putting in time, working, not wasting my time, working. And that's what I did, man. You know, I realized that people love fame, even famous people or whatever. One of my old managers, he always said that like some artists are just star chasers. Or whatever, they want to be by the hottest thing all the time. That's all they want to do. Or whatever, that's all they do. They go take pictures and do music only with the hottest people. They're just star chasers. Or whatever, they love fame. You got people who are not famous who love fame, and the people who are famous that love fame. Or whatever, for me, I don't give a fuck about fame. I'll shoot fame in the face. I don't give a fuck about fame. That's nothing because I was the man before fame to everybody else around me. I was already on the mountaintop. So when me coming into the game and people been like, oh, you the truth and oh, you the fashion dude. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I've been the clothes guy to everybody who didn't, like people used to stop me and my crew or me by myself. Like, yo, I just want to take a picture of your outfit. For no reason. Not my friend, not this, this before IG. This is way back. You know what I'm saying? Like MySpace before then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just because the image was always there. You know what I'm saying? Some people have the image to be on camera. And
that's so interesting because you talked about the 9901, right? And the fashion and the clothes and everything was that 99. And that was always there. But that never hit because the timing, right? So this whole time you're having people come out to the clothes, but you know, the fashion's not the thing that hit at that right time. Mm-hmm. But that music was that. So that's interesting.
Great, and that's a beautiful way for thinkers and creatives. Like you said, this cast is for creatives. You know what I'm saying? To not, I'm gonna say it, we're doing a lot of talking, but if you don't take anything else, take this. Don't be scared of that point one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That point one might be the most important thing. That point one is the thing that you're sleeping on that's gonna make the 99 what it's actually supposed to be, that you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still don't have the shoe store that I wanted set up because my perspective and dreams just got way bigger than a shoe store, and I realized that the shoe store is basically just a waste of money unless I'm in the store or got the right people running it.
Well, now you got a shoe show.
But yeah, I got the shoe show or whatever, and I got enough shoes to fill up a shoe store. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm super good. But all in all, though, man, like,
I want to know what the money did to you, because you seemed grounded at that time, and you went from $1,100 to way more than $1,100. So what happened?
I think that money showed me things that I hadn't seen before. So that's always going to be true. Was there things that scared me in the beginning? Probably so. But it was more of people people scare me more than money do, because I've been counting money my whole life. You got to think about it. I ran that man's store day in, day out, counting all his cash that we made. 2010 summer, we made $250,000 in camo shorts. Wiz Khalifa had dropped Cabin Fever. Wiz Khalifa was the hottest thing. Image. That motherfucker was wearing camo shorts, Chuck Taylors, and a fucking white tee, bro, and a fitted. Dog, that's a $120 outfit. You can't get a fucking outfit for $120 right now.
Yeah.
With the way that kids dress. You can't do that, bro. Or whatever. We banged those out. 2010 summer, bro. $250,000 in camo shorts. Dog, niggas ain't fucking me when it comes to selling clothes, bro. Like, shut up. Don't talk to me about clothes. Like, talk to your friend. Go talk to Virgil. Go talk to any of them other niggas. Don't talk to me about clothes. I did it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Those guys designed. They did this. Like, I was in the sweatshop, bro.
That
like,
mask.
I was in the trenches, like, selling to every type of person. College student, rich people, DJs, rappers, drug dealers, this person, that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, like, clothes, like, bro, like, I put in my 10,000 hours, bro, when it comes to clothes. And it,
So what's your advice for, like, kids coming up there trying to do that same formula that you did? Does that formula still exist, or
what part of it? What part of the formula?
Selling kind of that $120 outfit. You said kids can't buy that nowadays.
Yeah.
Depends who endorses it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It's okay. Is according to who endorses it, really. Because
That'd be a cool show for you to do.
like, because I even remember. Think about this beautiful thing right here. 2010. I just told y'all that we sold all these shorts because I play Wiz Khalifa every day, because you're asking your questions about the money, right? Question like, what did money do? Or whatever. What's the difference between 1,100 and 900? What does it do? Or whatever. I was more scared of people than money because, like I said, I've been handling this man's money forever, and like
Good amount of money.
a good amount of money. We was making money. We were like one of the most popping stores in Atlanta, Georgia. We reintroduced snapbacks to the entire state of Georgia. The entire fucking state. Facts. Reintroduced the whole concept of snapbacks so hard in the city of Atlanta.
Serious about this.
It's so hard in Atlanta that Mitchell & Ness stopped selling fitteds and started making snapbacks because of us.
I believe it.
So when people in LA probably started wearing snapbacks from Mitchell & Ness or whatever, we probably had something to do with that because we was cranking them out. We became like the hat store, and we weren't even a hat store. We was the men's boutique. But when I entered, and LA, love this place. I've always been paying attention to LA or whatever. When I seen like Big Sean and Chris Brown with the Tisa had some Taz Arnold or whatever, I was like, oh, what is that? That's crazy. Or whatever. I started getting my vintage snapbacks from here, and we was reselling them in the store.
Jesus, that was a name drop. I remember him.
Come on, bro. I'm really about here, bro. I really seen this shit. And that's me looking all the way from Atlanta. Never traveled to LA. Never left the city like that.
Was Tisa Detroit?
Tisa was in LA.
Oh, was
Taz
he?
Arnold's from here. He's from California. You know what I'm saying? That was out of here. And they were wearing those hats or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were styling Big Sean, styling Chris Brown or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, those were the real dudes that was out here really killing fashion, really doing their shit or whatever. And I was like, yo, that's the wave right there. And we brought the snapbacks, the vintage. I found a guy or whatever, brought the snapbacks to Atlanta or whatever, and just people started eating them up crazy to the, like I said, Mitchell & Ness is like, well, ain't nobody ordering fitteds no more or whatever because the snapback store that made everything snapbacks. And we set the tone. Promise you, bro. So, like I said, I've always been a part of setting waves or whatever. It's just I finally got to a place in life where the beautiful thing, once again, about music and entertainment, it allowed me to get the recognition for the wave. That's why people want to be famous, because they want recognition. And I understand that. You gotta get that. You gotta get where they're coming from. Like, I understand why people love fame so much. The reason why I can tell you I don't give a fuck about fame, well, because shit, I already have my life in order. And fame, I'm the man regardless, with fame, without fame. We 7 years past all go everything. I'm still living great. Like, it don't matter how famous you think I am, is how good am I at life. That's what matters the most. That's what I want creatives to keep in mind. The being famous, though, don't get me wrong, it does. It's like I told you, that 30 is your certificate of like, I'm a grown up now to people, the mainstream. So that's the same thing or whatever. Like, that to people, that's what people use that as the certificate in that scenario, or whatever. And so, money, I had that handled, or whatever, you know. And to answer your question, I don't know. It's interesting. Like I would say that when it comes to the fashion and stuff like that, like your image, bro, it goes a long way. A lot of people don't know that they have the image to change the world. And, you know, they allow other people's opinions. I don't know where that came from, where I just like, man, fuck your opinion. I think because I was always working for my money. So you can't tell me how to spend my money because you're not making it. And I think that's what allowed me to be like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I bought this outfit. So if I want to wear, I don't know, a dress and a goddamn bowling hat, then that's what the fuck I would do, because I bought this dress and I bought this bowling hat.
Got the turtleneck and the varsity jacket.
You know what I'm saying?
For the audio listeners.
You know, so.
What did your circle say when you left the music scene? Your manager, your friends, what did they say to you?
Well, you see, I never left it. I just left the mainstream, the eyes of the mainstream. I wanted to bring the people to me. I wanted to see who actually was for me, because you see, when you go and when you actually have the chance to do something viral, and it actually is viral, everybody just jumps on the bandwagon, right? So the wagon is going, everybody jumps on. So the wagon is heavy, full of people, and it lightens up as how hot that wagon is. If it cools down, people get off. Ooh, it's getting cold on it, getting chilly on here. I'm getting off. I'm cool. You know, they'll get off here, they'll jump off here, they'll jump off here. The people that stay on is the people who I wanted to deal with. So I knew that the gift and the curse of All Go Everything. The gift was, oh, we here now, motherfucker. Y'all been fucked up, I'm here. The curse was you understanding who I am. This big misunderstanding that media, fans, people who don't know nothing about Trinidad James have with Trinidad James. And those are the things that I wouldn't know unless I knew, or had people in my corner that knew also. But we all were rookies. So that it was like one of those things, like I've always had to learn my lessons the hard way. And I was okay with that. You know?
I mean, you found out who fucked with you and who didn't.
Yeah, and I feel like you should be prepared. Creatives listening, audio listeners, you know, you should be prepared for who don't fuck with you. Because who fuck with you, fuck with you. And also be prepared for who fuck with you. Because some people fuck with you and it's too much for you. It's uncomfortable. You fuck with me too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, social anxiety is a real thing these days. We never had terminologies for it, and we didn't ever say have these conversations before. But, you know, some people don't like that much attention. They just like doing music.
Jeff loves attention.
Well, let's talk about that. Well, because
Jeff, do you love attention?
Gotcha. Not really, to be honest.
All right.
But
he's talking a lot right now, though.
One of my favorite cosigns that you got, speaking of like people fucking with you, is Work Remix.
Nice.
Because that was right after, obviously, All Go Everything. And that, to me, that was like my favorite cosign you got. Because one, it's my favorite song, like,
thank you,
of all time. But what was that like to get a cosign from, you know, ASAP and Ferg and those guys to be on that remix? Because that was, to me, that was huge.
I think I have two energies. So those two energies, it gives me two answers. My first one is the one of like, man, I'm forever grateful. I'm super grateful. Like to Ferg, because he's the one who reached out.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? He really reached out like, hey, bro, I really want you on the remix to work, bro. You know, and it was a no-brainer for me because I like the visual for work. Like, I came into the game because of visuals.
And it represents everything you've been talking about.
Man, I was like...
Put in work.
I was like, this dude gets it. I didn't know him. I was in Atlanta. He in New York. But I was like, this dude gets it. So, and then Rocky had brought me out when they came to Atlanta on tour to perform or whatever. And that was a great cosign. You know what I'm saying? That was... Yeah. So, from one energy is like, yes, great, amazing. But then the second energy is this, where it's like, we were all so new that it's kind of like we are solidifying each other. You know, because I came right back around. Like, let's say they dropped work 2012 too. Rocky dropped his peso shit 2011 or whatever, so he had like a head start. But that was him just not catching wave or whatever with like Purple Swag.
Yeah, it's crazy to look
peso.
back. Yeah.
That was 2011. That's just the year prior.
And French Montana was still pretty early.
Yeah,
in the
2010.
Game.
That's just 2
So,
years prior.
so everyone's helping each other.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's French, then Rocky. So French 2010, Rocky 2011, Ferg 2012, me 2012. You know what I'm saying? But they're in New York. Those are all New York guys I just named. I'm Atlanta. We a different wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our own thing. Like, if you the man in our city, you the man. Just like if you the man in New York, you the man.
So do they recognize you for that song because of your work ethic and what they heard about you? Or, like, why do you think they picked you for that song? Because it's so
For work?
appropriate. Yeah, so appropriate for your
It
story.
was, I think we were just cool, bro. Like, we was cool. Like, we were cool. You know, like when, so, no, that's what, let me finish. So, Rocky brought me out. And then when, boom, you know, All Go Everything video dropped, World Star. It's crazy. It's viral. It's real crazy. I do my biggest show in New York at Santos Playhouse. And I bring them back out or whatever. And they rock. You know what I'm saying? I remember Ferg performed Work. Rocky didn't perform, but he came out and jumped in the crowd, surfed in the crowd. Everybody, it was wild. It was bananas. And then I came back out and smashed it. It was, man, what? Like, that's more of a New York legendary story.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know, we're in LA, so it doesn't feel as passionate as it was in, like, when I tell that story in New York.
Oh, I can feel
because the people
that,
in New
yeah.
York, like, if I'm talking to like a New York people, they're like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just talked about it not too long ago. But that Santos show was crazy. It was a section of all record labels wanted to sign me in the club or whatever. Crazy fans who really know me. My first time in New York performing, really. Sold out show. Busta Rhymes can't get in. It's wild. Like, it's that wild. Like, literally that wild. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it's that wild. It's crazy. And I come back out and perform after them and rock it just as hard as them, too. And mind you, they're a group of like 8 kids also. So, like, my reason of saying all that is this, whereas, like I said, my first energy is humble, grateful, because I really, truly am. You know what I'm saying? But my second energy was like, I don't really look at it as a cosign. To say, I was like, we were all young and we kind of like co-signed each other. Like, we were all legit.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all legit. We're here to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? And like, we're going to go our paths. You know what I'm saying? Rocky still do music, but I feel like Rocky designed more than he do music these days. You know what I'm saying? Ferg continued to do music and become the great and talented guy that he is and do what he does. And I did what I wanted to do, which is do entertainment or whatever, like, and do everything. Music, TV, acting, interviewing, this, that. Well, you know what I'm saying? Designing, clothes, this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, for me, like the whole, just like them too, because they're entrepreneurs and they do other stuff too. Like I said, Rocky's a great designer. He's designed way more things than me. You know what I'm saying? I like to buy clothes. He designs clothes and buys clothes or whatever. So it's a little bit different or whatever. You know, I'm in my design world now or whatever. But for me, I'm a fan and an actual real participator of fashion. So that's why fashion holds such a high regard. Like, I can't put music above fashion. I can't do that. But music is what changed my life. So I will always. You know, it's like your first baby mama. If you're not with her no more.
We can't relate to that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't just finna shoot the bitch in the face. Like, no, she had your first child. What the hell? Like, you always got some type of respect for her, but you on to hopefully bigger, better things with your new wife, whoever, you know?
Last thing I want to touch on with music is signing with labels. So you sign with a label. What do you think signing with label is now? Do you sign or do you not sign in this day and age?
Oh, you do what you got to do. Sign or not sign, because it's all on you. If you never signed and you don't have anybody in your corner, and I'm talking to all the audio listeners here, if you never signed and you don't have anybody in your corner, truly, because this happens, where you don't have anybody in your corner with actual knowledge of what you need to know, then what I would tell you is that you should sign. Because you need to know what type of person, what type of artist you are. Whether you're an artist who needs direction or an artist who knows how to direct. If you're an artist that needs direction, then you need a label at all times to make sure that you're keeping your shit together. But if you're like a Currency or this person, you can handle your own shit. You're good.
What do you think about Russ?
All right. Yeah, he's independent too, something like that, right? Yeah.
He signed. He did.
He signed. Yeah, he ended up signing, but like,
Yes,
that, like, he realized that, like, I don't need training wheels. I don't need a coach. I don't need somebody waking me up in the morning to go to work. Like I said, I already had a job where I had to wake the fuck up at 4:30 in the morning and be to work at 5:45 every fucking day. I don't need nobody to fucking wake me up and tell me to go get it. I don't need that. I don't need no fucking label.
Yeah.
Trinidad is not lazy.
Facts. And
He
that's,
is
I
not.
mean, that's a label. A label wants, it seems like a label wants the artist to be lazy so that they can do their job. But in reality, a label just want to make money based off of the formula that they've been making money off of. And that's it. Everything else is like your problem. A label's job is to make money off of your art, how they've been making money with their formula.
Old formula.
Yeah, systems.
You know what I'm saying? And if that doesn't work for you, then you shouldn't do business with that particular formula. But if you never did anybody's formula before, you need to try a formula. You ain't gonna know how to have sex until you have sex. Some people are amazing the first time. Some people suck. But if you suck the first time, that doesn't mean you're gonna suck all the time because you learn. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Or whatever. So
Sex education with Uncle Trinidad.
come on, man.
So entertainment, that's the next chapter. That's the chapter you're in right now.
Chapter I'm in right now is entertainment and everything that comes with it. So I got 2 singles out now, new project coming out top of the 2020. 2020 is a important year. I call it the visionary year. It's the year of vision. And I want everybody to have a clear path and see what you want. See what you want. If you can see what you want, if you can see part of what you want, then you know where you're walking towards. Because you can't really see the full thing until you get past the light. The light kind of like just shows you a part of what you're looking at. You know, but it also blinds you at the same time. And that blindness is the challenge. You know, so like, you know, for me, you know, entertainment is what I am super, super passionate about now. And, you know, I've had the beautiful opportunity, man, to do movies, to do TV, to write for movies, to write for other people, to direct music videos, to just, bro, I'm just doing it, bro. I'm doing it. I'm not making excuses. I'm not begging nobody for shit. Never have. I'm not begging you to love me. Never have. I'm just trying to get better at communicating where I'm at so that it won't be that what it used to be, where it's just like, if you don't get it, fuck you, or whatever. It's kind of like, no. I'm a grown up, and you're a grown up too, or whatever. But we might never get to meet each other in person. So let me communicate what type of man I am, so you can understand my brand, because I want you to buy into my brand because it's a brand worth buying into.
What was the all gold everything moment that you had in music for like an entertainment? Was it the full size run, or was there something before that? Because for me, like from a culture perspective, that's where I feel like you came back in a big way.
For full size?
Yeah, I'm talking about just in the entertainment space, period. Is that where I'm talking about wide, you know, I wouldn't say mass market, but, you know, the culture
But like, yeah,
scene,
the culture. To a certain extent, I would understand why you would say that. And to a certain extent, I think you're telling the truth. You know, I'm doing so many things at the same time right now where a lot of it haven't really set in. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'll be walking down the street and, you know what I'm saying, kids will be like, man, I rock with you, I want to take a picture. Not because of All Go Everything, or not because of my new singles playlist or Ugly or this, that, or whatever. You know, it's for a full size run. You know, like that hasn't settled into me because I am doing a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm in work mode, bro. Like I always am, but like seeing what I'm working towards and coming into 2020 with clearer vision towards the path, because my path is never ending. And I it's just, for me, it's like, you never know what I'll be doing next, bro. Like you don't know. I'm not a person to talk about everything I'm doing next because I don't like to be that guy. I like it to come out and then we talk about it. Because if it doesn't come out, well then, hey, I never said anything to you about it. So hey, it is what it is. But if I do it,
Profit.
you know what I'm saying? If I do it or whatever, and then let's talk about it. You know, I'm in the Adam Sandler movie that's coming out in December 13th. Uncut Gems. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, you're in that?
Yes.
Wow.
It's the shit.
He goes, yes.
That's getting.
Yes, and I'm very proud of it, bro.
It's getting very good.
Yes,
reviews.
bro. It's already Oscar nominated.
Yeah. I just watched him on Actors on Actors with Brad Pitt.
Of course, that was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And you see how Brad was talking about the movie.
Oh yeah.
And that's Brad. Brad don't got to lie. It's fucking Brad. Look at him.
Yeah.
You don't got to lie. It's Brad Pitt.
What's
bro.
your character in it?
You got to watch the movie, man.
You a funny
gotta
guy
watch the movie.
or Trinidad?
You got to watch the movie, man. Yeah. You got to watch the movie, man. And I want you to see the movie not even based on me. I want you to see the movie because the shit is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
a
that's
movie
big
guy.
time. That's big
I'm a
time.
movie guy, bro. Like I love movies. I go to the movies by myself. That theater right here, what is this called? Regal or whatever?
Yeah,
I've been
Regal.
there 700
you should
times.
call me, bro. I'll go with
I've
you,
been there
bro.
700 times.
I love
like,
movies too, man.
or I see everything. I go watch everything. You know, it's like I'm about it because I'm, you know, I want to direct my own movies, like the full shebang. You know what I'm saying? So, what you think I'm gonna go to theater school? Like, you think I'm gonna go to school? Something like that? Nah. Like, I'm already in the game. I'm already directing this, doing this, that. Like, nah. We gonna go and we gonna do it mediocre until we do it amazing or whatever, and we gonna do it right. And I don't have no problem doing trial, error, until it's fucking amazing.
Bro,
because it's going to get amazing.
Right there.
Right? It's going to get amazing. Guaranteed. Like, you know, I'm not worried about that at all, man. For sure. But no, Adam Sandler movie.
Dude, congrats on that.
Gaddafi brothers, man. Like, they're the shit, bro. They're
Dude,
the game-changing directors, bro. I'm telling you, they got the 2020, bro. They got the vision, bro. They know what they want to do. They're not trying to direct like these dinosaurs, man. You know what I'm saying? I always love Martin Scorsese. You can't say nothing wrong to me about Martin Scorsese. And all that. But Gaddafi brothers is different. It's a different energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got to pick up that torch and come with perspectives that this millennial, this culture needs to see. This ain't about Robert De Niro.
How old are these guys?
Our age.
Damn.
The perfect age. The 30s, bro.
The 30s.
The perfect age, bro. The
Perfect
perfect age. Like you said, in between 28 and 37. The perfect age, bro. Perspective. Or whatever. You can't be, this ain't about James Brown no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be the new James Brown. You know what I'm saying? You got to start using Chris Brown as your reference. That motherfucker could dance. You don't have to go back to James Brown no more. You can use Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta go to Michael Jackson. You could use Amario. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use newer people. Like, the stories gotta update. You know what I'm saying? Like how we used to use the 70s for inspiration for everything. Now you could use the 90s, the 2000s. You could use that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we're going. You know, and the Gaddafi brothers, you know what I'm saying? They get it. And I'm rocking with people who get it. And so I'm in their joint. That comes out December 13th. I want everybody to go watch that. I'm trying
We're gonna blast that shit everywhere.
Please, man.
Dude, that's
Please.
huge. That's really huge. Congrats.
No, trust me. I'm super happy, bro. And it's the type of movie that I wanted to get in. Like, the type of movie that I want to be a part of. Like, those are my favorite type of movies. Like, real fucking movies. Like, real ones. Not no fucking other shit. Like, real movie shit. Like, oh, my God.
I feel like this is going to be his best performance.
Bro, you ain't ready.
For a while.
You're not ready. You're a movie guy, Cole. You're not ready.
I've been doing some research on it. It looks really
tell
good.
you, bro. Tell him, bro. Like, it's the one, bro. It's the one. It's the one. I mean, I love Joker. I don't know if y'all did. I love Joker. I seen Joker 4 times. A real 4. Twice in L.A., one in New York, one in Atlanta. I've seen it. I'm a movie guy, bro. Like, if his shit is great, I'm going to go see that shit, bro. I would have, because I care. I give a fuck. Just like I give a fuck about clothes and threads and materials and fabrics and cuts and everything. I give a fuck about that too. Cinematography, the directors, the casting, the colors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care for Moonlight the movie, but I love the coloring. The coloring is amazing. The coloring is fucking amazing. There ain't no movie color like that in the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody has something. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything about Joker wasn't amazing to me, but that performance was. Arthur Fleck is a god. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that type of dedication it takes to give your all. Like, I want to give my all to a character like Joaquin gave to Arthur Fleck. I want to give my all. I want to be that dedicated to a role.
Have you seen some of the outtakes or
no?
Him trying to get back into character? Oh man, you really felt it. You felt like his whole brain working and trying to get into it. It was great.
Bro, come on, bro. Like, that right there, bro. I like to give people their flowers while they're alive. They smell better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. And
That's good. That might have to be an iconic piece.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, but no, man, you know, I'm inspired by people who give a fuck about this shit, bro.
Give it all. Who do
You know
shit they
what I'm
love.
Yes, bro. Do shit you love, bro.
Let's talk about that piece real quick.
Yeah, like this.
What does this mean
It's
to
a
you?
mantra, bro. It's like a mantra, bro. Like, you know, I love that you guys do this in abundance. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is important, man. Like, certain ones are like, all of them you've seen or heard before, but certain ones just speak to you a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Just, this could have been said with 10 words, but you said it with 4, and those 4 words hit the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do shit you love. That's it. That's it. That's the perspective.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do some spitfire in the categories that you're big in. Favorite movie?
That's it's impossible. It's too many good movies.
You can't like you can't even ask
can't.
me that.
Give me two. Mine's Goodfellas. Give me two.
That's because you only watch one fucking movie.
I
Nah,
watched like
man.
7 movies, Jeff.
Nah, bro. Like I'm a weird guy, bro. Like movies that I love, like I love Joker. I love Uncut Gems. I love Queen and Slim. You know what I'm saying? Like I put them.
Keep
already,
going because I haven't seen Uncut Gems or Queen Slim. Keep
Oh
going.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, you
Like,
can,
I love.
yeah.
I mean, put it like this. Okay, I will say this: if it came down to it, and I was locked in a psych ward for the rest of my life,
That's my question for you.
then it would be Dark Knight with Joker, Heath Ledger.
Nice.
It's cool. I'll take that. Oh, that has my favorite quote that I wouldn't mind dying, and you can put that on my tombstone. That you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself turn into the villain. That's my favorite quote. And that literally is, in entertainment, that is that's the catalyst. That's like the energy burner right there. That's so true, bro. I look at some of our greats, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Or I look at the narrative that social media will turn on some people that we worshipped. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hero to villain. And you didn't even do nothing, but just get older.
Yeah.
So, Dark Knight.
Favorite sneaker?
Jordan 2.
There you go.
The original, the first one, 1987, white, black, and red.
Number 1 favorite musician of all time?
Impossible.
Can't go one?
Nah.
You're locked in the psych ward again.
Locked in
you
the
went
psych
back
ward?
in the psych ward.
So, back in the psych ward, I haven't thought about
How
that.
about this? Favorite album?
I haven't thought about that. Well, let me see.
Let's do this then.
Favorite album?
Let's do
not favorite
All right,
album.
fine.
I'll give you favorite. Psych Ward favorite album.
You're psych.
Psych Ward favorite album, The Blueprint, Jay-Z.
That's a go. That's like that's a top 3 for me. That's a good one.
So
I like that.
yes.
Okay, so last one. I want to go Mount Rushmore of rappers, specifically rappers.
That's 4 people, right? So
4
Andre
people.
3000, Ludacris, Andre 3000, Ludacris, Andre 3000, Ludacris, Jay-Z, Gucci Man,
Nice.
Gucci Man.
Atlanta. Okay, let's
All
end.
right.
Let's end with this. Best piece of advice.
Yeah.
I consider you're a hybrid, but I would say you're a creative / businessman. Let's say creatives. For creatives out there that want to do shit they love, what's your one piece of advice to them?
I want to keep preaching the thing. Gamble on the 0.1%, man. Gamble
Yeah,
on
I
your
love
0.1.
that, yeah.
No, for real. Like gamble on your 0.1. I feel like everybody else will come here and say shit that you ain't said more shit than Gary Vee. Or whatever. Like you don't have more quotes than Gary
This
Vee.
is a collab with Gary Vee.
You
by the
don't
way.
have more quotes than Gary Vee, dog. Like you don't. Like you won't. You won't. So I would tell you.
No, that out of anyone that's come on, that's my favorite ever quote from
Yeah,
someone. that's
gamble
come
on your 0.1.
Yeah.
Gamble on your 0.1, whatever
So
that
important.
0.1 is for you.
Yeah.
Where can they find you on the internet?
I'm everywhere. You can find me at Complex. You can find me Trinidad James GG on Instagram, Twitter. You can find me anywhere. You can find me on GQ. We just dropped a new GQ segment on
Hey.
eyewear today. Whatever, like go watch that. Me and my boy Spencer Shapiro. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we about to show you some crazy glasses you've never seen before in your life. So stay tuned. So yeah, you see me everywhere. I'm everywhere, man.
Oh man,
Thanks,
for
man.
coming, bro.
Appreciate it.